Hello again, it's Simon. Tonight, we're beginning a new adventure, a story that will unfold over 4 episodes. Each episode will guide you deeper into a magical world, while also calming your mind and helping you drift into sleep. Before we begin, let's take a moment to relax. Find a comfortable position. Feel the surface beneath you, gently supporting your body. Close your eyes if you like. Take a deep breath in and out slowly. In and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. As you exhale, let the tension in your body melt away. Let's start our journey. It had been a long week for Simon. His research project on forgotten artifacts had consumed most of his time, leaving him restless and in need of inspiration. That's why he found himself wandering the quiet streets of a small coastal town one crisp evening. The air was cool, carrying the faint scent of salt from the nearby ocean. The cobblestone streets were empty, except for the occasional flicker of lantern light from shop windows. Simon wasn't looking for anything in particular. Just a break from the monotony of dusty books and endless notes. That's when he saw it. A small, unassuming shop, nestled between 2 larger buildings. Its sign, barely readable in the dim light, said, "Antiquities and Curiosities." Simon hesitated for a moment. Something about the shop felt different, almost as if it had appeared just for him. He pushed the door open, a small bell chiming softly as he stepped inside. Imagine the stillness of the shop. The quiet hum of time lingering in the air. The faint scent of aged wood and old parchment. The interior was dimly lit, shelves and display cases filled with strange and fascinating objects. There were globes with shifting constellations, intricate clockwork machines that seemed to tick without any visible mechanism, and books bound in materials Simon couldn't quite place. He wandered through the aisles, his curiosity growing with each step. Then, tucked away in a corner, he found it. A gauntlet. It was displayed on a dark velvet cloth inside a glass case. shimmered faintly in the dim light, engraved with intricate runes that seemed to shift and glow. As Simon leaned closer, "Beautiful, isn't it?" The voice startled Simon. He turned to see an older man standing behind the counter. His expression calm but curious. "Yes," Simon replied softly. "What is it?" The man stepped closer, his eyes fixed on the gauntlet. "An artifact," he said, his voice low, "from a world long forgotten." Simon frowned slightly. "What do you mean?" The man's gaze met Simon's. "It's said to be a bridge between worlds, but it only reveals its secrets to those it chooses." Simon hesitated. He didn't believe in fairy tales. But something about the gauntlet drew him in. Slowly, he reached out and touched the glass case. The air seemed to shift around him, growing heavier, as though the room itself was holding its breath. The man said nothing, just watched as Simon opened the case and carefully picked up the gauntlet. The moment his fingers touched the metal, a warmth spread through him, soft at first, then more intense, like a current of energy flowing through his veins. The runes on the gauntlet glowed brighter, casting strange patterns on the walls. The shop faded away. Simon found himself standing in a vast open field, under a sky unlike any he had ever seen. It was streaked with vibrant colours: gold, violet and deep crimson, that seemed to shift and dance like living light. The air was warm, carrying the faint scent of something sweet and unearthly. Beneath his feet, the grass shimmered, glowing softly with every step he took. Simon turned slowly, taking in the surreal landscape. In the distance, he saw a massive citadel, its towers spiraling into the sky, surrounded by a faint golden mist. And closer, just beyond the field, he noticed a group of figures. They were armoured, their forms glowing faintly, as though they were part of the air itself. They stood silently, watching him, their weapons shimmering with an otherworldly light. The gauntlet on Simon's hand pulsed gently, as if urging him forward. "Welcome, traveller," one of the figures said, their voice echoing softly in the warm air. "You've been chosen to stand with us." Simon's heart raced, but his voice was steady. Chosen for what? The figure stepped closer, their armour gleaming as they spoke. To protect the balance of magic. and to face what is coming. Simon glanced at the gauntlet, its runes glowing brighter now. He didn't fully understand what was happening. But one thing was clear. He had been brought here for a reason. For now, we'll pause here. This is the end of episode 1. But the story is just beginning. Let your mind drift. Imagine the glowing sky, the shimmering grass, the distant citadel. We'll return soon to uncover the secrets of the gauntlet and the world Simon has entered. Breathe deeply. Let the calm settle over you.